The frozen pizza aisle, the peak, the pinnacle, the prime, the zenith of the American frozen food diet. These disc-shaped meals have filled the void in empty bellies for decades. But what if I told you that the store brand pizza you got because, it was on sale, was a canvas just waiting to be painted with ingredients that can bring out the pizza's true potential? Hello and welcome to the first episode of Enhanced Cooking. I'm your host, Jacob Pio. In this episode, I'm going to show you how you can take a frozen pizza, such as a Kroger Self-Rising Crust Supreme Pizza, and make it enhanced. Make it your own. Make it something you want to eat. Let's get started. First, I'm going to preheat my oven. Let's set it to 400. There we go. Oven preheated. Alrighty, let's start off by getting some aluminum foil on this pan here. There we go. And add a little non-stick cooking spray here. And now for the piece de resistance. Now, the thing about this episode in particular is that we really already have what I like to call a food template. We've got this lovely frozen Supreme Pizza, and it's already got a lot of ingredients, flavor to it, but I mean, in the end, it's still a generic frozen pizza. I feel like it needs something. I feel like we need to add something to it, and that's what we're doing in this video today. We're going to add to this already decent $2.79, $2.49, whatever I paid for it, pizza. This video isn't meant to teach you how to cook a frozen pizza. You already know how to cook a frozen pizza. We're here to take this pizza and enhance it, make it better than what it was before. And to do that, we're just going to go ahead and stick it in the oven for right now. You see, the trick is I want to get some of these ingredients already melted and starting to bake already. So that way we don't have all this frozen mess on here. So what I'm going to do for now is just go ahead and stick this in my preheated oven and go ahead and let the pizza get a little bit adjusted to the heat there. Go ahead and get some of the ingredients, the cheese starting to melt, and just the ingredients. Just remove some of that frozen layer on there. Alrighty, now here's the part where you get to make it your own. Let's see, we got to go through our fridge and figure out what we got here. Let's see, we got some pico de gallo. We got, probably the most important ingredient here, extra cheese. You know, the frozen pizzas, they never come with enough cheese, so we're going to add some more cheese. Let's see here, what else we got? I got some leftover green bell peppers. Gonna throw those on there as well. Now the pizza already comes with peppers, but let's go ahead and add some more, shall we? Okay. So we got dairy, we got vegetables. What else can we add? Oh yes, bacon. Now, I didn't actually have any cooked bacon on hand, so I had to make some, and I figured my toaster oven was the most convenient way involving the least amount of cleanup. I just set my toaster oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes or so, flip the bacon strips when needed, and Bob's your uncle, you've got bacon. Now, the thing about bacon is, at least for me, I like to cook more bacon than what I need for the current meal that I'm making. So if I'm making bacon for a BLT or for bacon and eggs, I like to make more than what I'm actually going to use. So that way I can save it for later meals down the road. Add a little flavor enhancer, if you will. But, so these are the ingredients that we're going to be mostly working with. Oh wait, hold on. There's more. Now, I've got the ingredients for the main pizza, but we can also add some butter. Where? You add some butter and some garlic powder for a little kick to the crust there. Yeah, I think you know where I'm going with this. Okay, so while we're waiting on our pizza to begin the baking process, what I'm going to go ahead and do is prep the materials needed for our crust. Now, the crust is, on these kind of pizzas are, I mean, it's bread, but there's really no flavor to it, seems like. So we're going to add some flavor. And to do that, we're going to first add some butter here. I've just got some Blue Bonnet soft butter here. That's fine. And I'm just going to go ahead and finish the rest of this container out here because it looks like I'm pretty much done with this one. And next, I'm going to add some garlic powder. I'm just going to start shaking this in here. A few good shakes there ought to do it. As you can see here, I don't have a lot of precise measurements when it comes to this stuff. I kind of just eyeball it, so that's what it's going to look like. And what you'll do is just go ahead and stick this in your microwave. For 30 seconds. Look at that, nice buttery consistency and garlic. Ooh, deliciousness right there. That is deliciousness right there. Alrighty, so we've let our pizza bake for about maybe 5 minutes or so in the oven that wasn't even fully preheated. We just want it hot enough to where it's going to go ahead and start baking the pizza here. And I did that so that way our ingredients wouldn't look so frozen, the cheese is a little bit melted, and that would help the rest of the ingredients melt that we're going to add to it on there. It's going to help the other cheeses that I'm going to add and just really help the ingredients just kind of blend a little bit more together with the other ingredients as far as cooking goes. And so now what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and add some extra cheese to this, because if you know about frozen pizzas, you know that they never come with enough cheese. So we're going to add some extra cheese here. I've just got some Colby Jack here. Nothing fancy. You use whatever you want on here. This is your pizza and you get to make it. I'm just kind of showing you, I'm giving you the steps to get started here. This is basically a template. You know, a lot of people look at a frozen pizza and they're like, oh, well, I've got the supreme pizza, I got the pepperoni, I got the cheese only pizza. Well, really, you got a template. You know, they gave you a template. They sold you a template, and now you can take that template and make something unique, something more than what they expected you to get from the pizza. So we're going to go ahead and add some cheese here. I like a lot of cheese on my pizza. I want my pizza cheesy, and you really want to be able to taste that cheese, so I like to add more cheese, and it's probably necessary, so that's good right there. I think that's enough cheese, because we still want to add our other ingredients and still want the other ingredients to stick out here. So I'm going to let my pepperonis kind of come up a bit. I like my pepperonis on the top, just that way they get cooked a little bit longer and a little bit crispier there. So there we go, that looks pretty good. Let's see here. Next, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I've got some green bell peppers here that I need to go ahead and get rid of, go ahead and use. Start picking some off and just kind of throwing them on here. I feel green bell peppers are a great way to bring out flavor. They're really good for a pizza. They're definitely one of the greens you want to have on your pizza, definitely. Really can't say enough about green bell peppers on a pizza. They're good. They help. They're a pizza enhancer. Now my pizza already came with green bell peppers, so I think that's enough there. We're not going to go crazy with it. We're experimenting here. We've got a template and we're going to make the best of it. Now this next ingredient I've never actually put on a pizza before, but I don't see why it couldn't work. I'm going to put some of this pico de gallo on here. Because if you think about it, it's mostly what, tomato and onion and various spices and stuff or ingredients in there. I mean, I got this because I was wanting to use it for, taco recipes and stuff like that, but I think it'll work for pizza here. We're not going to put too much on here because I've never tried this before, but I think this will work. This will give it some nice texture. I mean, and tomatoes already go on pizza anyway. It's in sauce. I feel like this could actually work. So we're going to try this here. I've never actually tried it before, but hopefully, because because we got tomato and onion and such. Yeah, I feel like this could work. So yeah, there we go. So we've added our pico de gallo. And the last ingredient I'm going to put on this pizza, there we go. Oh yeah, there's the money shot. Bacon. Bacon. Now, I like to have spare bacon around that's already cooked, so that way whenever I have these kind of recipes, I can just throw some extra bacon on there for a little bit of crisp, a little bit of salty pork goodness here. So I like my bacon crispy here, so it may be a little bit more crisp than what you like. But you go ahead and cook the bacon however you want. It's your bacon, this is your option. We're just gonna go ahead and grind this up here, get our fingers all greasy here. We're just gonna add that on here. There we go, yeah. There we go. Maybe one more slice of bacon. Or maybe half of it, I don't know. Again, this is your pizza, and you do with it what you will. We're looking to add a little extra flavor. That's what it's all about. Now I'm gonna wash my hands here because that bacon is greasy. So that's it for the actual pizza part. But as you can see here, we got some crust here that it looks like it hasn't been in the sun too long. So we're gonna fix that with a little butter and garlic powder. So remember that little concoction of butter and garlic here? Well, we're gonna apply this, we're gonna paint our crust with this butter garlic, and to do that I'm going to use my trusty brush here. Now if you don't have a brush, that's fine, you can use a spoon, that's fine, that'll work just fine. But we're going to go ahead and get a little bit of this garlic butter paint here, and we're just going to go in here and start applying it. Yeah, look at that. That's how you do it. And you're just going to go around your crust here. I feel like the brush here does an easier job of coating the crust than a spoon would. Because your spoon, you got a little inconsistency of how much butter you're going to scoop up and all that. But we're just going to go around the pie here. And you know what? I just thought of something. This will be good. Why not add a little Parmesan cheese to the crust there? Yeah, let's do that. Give the crust here a little bit of Parmesan, go with that butter there. And I've got a little bit of butter left over, so I think what I might do is when this pizza is done, just go back over it with another layer. So here's our pizza, all decorated and ready for the rest of the time in the oven here. So we're just gonna go ahead, place this back in. I didn't turn my oven off or anything. We're just gonna keep it at 400, and we're gonna let it enjoy its time in the oven here. After about, 5-10 minutes or so. And what I can do here is I've got a little bit more garlic butter left, so what I may just do is just take it, whip it up a little bit, and give one final coat there. Give it a little shine there to the crust. And there we go. I think that'll do it. We can call this pizza done. Now, keep in mind, when you've got pizzas like these that have that rising crust and everything, these kind of DiGiorno knockoffs, I guess if you will, they require you to let the pizza sit for a little while as far as the cheese goes, because if you start cutting through that cheese, cutting through all that pizza and everything, the cheese is just going to start slopping off and everything. You kind of want the cheese to settle and go ahead and kind of stay situated there. So let's go ahead and get a couple glamour shots of this pizza and we'll wrap this up here. And that is how you take a frozen pizza and add your own little pizzazz to it. Remember, this wasn't so much about making, a pizza. We took a frozen pizza. We took something that was already developed and established and we added to it. And that's sometimes what cooking is about, taking something you already have and adding a little bit more pizzazz to it, add a little something extra to it. Now, keep in mind, this pizza that I used today, that's just an example. You do you when it comes to pizza. You figure out what you want when it comes to your pizza. There are some people out there, believe it or not, who believe pineapple goes on pizza. Well, if that's you, then add the pineapple, I guess. But that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. And I guess like every other pizza, well, every other cooking show really, the person who's making the food tries it. So I guess I better go ahead and do that. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. Do you see the steam? Mmm. Oh, that's good. It's real good. Thanks for watching.